It's a Tuesday afternoon. You're at a birthday party. Every other kid is running, laughing, grabbing cake. And yours is standing at the edge of the room, hands over ears, fox tight, completely shut down. And you're thinking, what is wrong with my child? Nothing is wrong with your child. But something is different about their brain. And once you understand what that difference actually is, you're going to look back at every meltdown, every overreaction, every moment you thought they were being dramatic, and see it completely differently, because what you've been calling sensitivity, neuroscientists call it something else entirely. And the parents who understand this first parent completely differently than everyone else. Think about the last time your child melted down over something that seemed tiny, a sock that felt wrong, a tag on a shirt, a noise from the next room that nobody else even noticed, and your instinct was, why are they like this? Here's what no one tells you. Their brain isn't overreacting. It's doing exactly what it was built to do, just louder than yours. The human brain has a built-in filter system. Think of it like a volume knob for the world. Most brains turn the volume down automatically, filtering out background noise, irrelevant sensations, minor discomforts. A sensitive child's brain. The volume knob is turned up all the way all the time. Dr. Elaine Aron, who coined the term highly sensitive person at UC Santa Cruz, found that roughly 1 in 5 children are born with this trait, not 1 in 100, not rare, 1 in 5. Which means in every classroom of 25 kids, there are 5 children whose brains are processing everything at a fundamentally different intensity. But here's what makes this even more fascinating. This isn't just about sensory sensitivity, it goes deeper than that. Researchers using fMRI brain scan shave found that sensitive brains show significantly more activity in the insula, the region responsible for self-awareness, empathy, and processing internal body signals. In other words, your sensitive child isn't just feeling the world more intensely. They're feeling themselves more intensely too. Every heartbeat, every stomach flutter, every micro shift in how their body feels in any given moment. That's why a scratchy tag isn't just annoying. To their brain, it registers as genuine discomfort, not dramatic, not exaggerated real. And here's the thing about that. Evolution didn't create this by accident. Dr. Michael Pless at Queen Mary University of London calls it the vantage sensitivity theory. Sensitive brains aren't just more affected by bad environments. They're more affected by good ones too. Put a sensitive child in a harsh, E5 critical environment, they struggle more than most. Put that same child in a warm, supportive environment, they thrive more than most. The sensitivity cuts both of ways. Which means the way you respond to your child right now matters more for them than it does for almost any other child. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Because most parents of sensitive kids, with the best intentions, are accidentally making things harder. 5, not because they're bad parents, because nobody explained what their child's brain actually needs. When your sensitive child is overwhelmed, melting down, shutting down, refusing to move, the instinct is to talk them through it, explain. 5 reason, negotiate. It's just a sock, it doesn't hurt, you're fine. And that makes complete sense. 5, accept their nervous system at that moment, cannot process language. Research from the University of Washington shows that, during high emotional arousal, E5, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that handles logic and language, goes offline. You're talking to a part of the brain that isn't home right now. The most helpful thing you can do in that moment isn't explain. 5, it's regulate first. Words second. But there's a second mistake that's even more common. F5. And most parents don't realize they're making it until they see the pattern. It's the reflex to fix the feeling. Your child is overwhelmed. E5, and immediately, you try to make the overwhelm go away. It's okay. You're fine. There's nothing to be scared of. Look, everyone else is fine. You can do this, you just need to calm down. Every one of those sentences is telling your child that what they're feeling isn't real. And 5, and to a nervous system that's already flooded, being told your experience isn't valid doesn't calm things down. It escalates them. Fight 5, because now they're not just overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed and alone in it. A 5, what the research actually shows is that co-regulation comes before self-regulation. A 2020 study from Harvard Center on the Developing Child found that children cannot learn to manage their own emotional states in isolation. U5, they need to borrow the calm of a regulated adult first. Your nervous system is the regulation, not your words, not your logic, not your explanation. The quieter and steadier you become in that moment, the faster their nervous system follows. This is called co-regulation. And for sensitive kids, it isn't optional, it's the whole thing. Now here's the part most people never get to hear, because every conversation about sensitive kids focuses on the hard parts, the meltdowns, the avoidance, the exhaustion. But the same brain that gets overwhelmed by a sock is the same brain that notices when a friend is sad before anyone else does. Instantly, that reads a room, that feels music, art, and stories at a depth most people never experience. A 2014 study, published in Brain and Behavior, found that highly sensitive people show greater activation in mirror neuron systems, the neural networks underlying empathy and social awareness. Sensitivity isn't a weakness your child needs to overcome. It's a form of intelligence the world doesn't have enough of. So what do you actually do with all of this? 3 things. Practical. Starting today. First, name it before you fix it. When your child is overwhelmed, say out loud, "Your brain is taking in a lot right now. That's okay." Not to explain. To signal safety, a nervous system that feels understood regulates faster than one that feels judged. Second, find their reset. Every sensitive child has something that turns the volume down. Heavy blanket room, cold water, deep pressure. It's not avoidance, it's neuroscience. You're giving their nervous system what it needs to come back online. Third, stop apologizing for them. 5, sorry, she's just sensitive, sorry. He gets overwhelmed easily. Every apology teaches your child their brain is a problem. It isn't. It's a feature that hasn't been understood yet. You didn't come here because something is wrong with your child. You came here because you're paying attention. And that is exactly what a sensitive child needs most. A parent who sees them. And 5, not as too much, but as exactly enough. If this video gave a name to something you've already been seeing in your child, share it with one parent who needs to hear it today. A5I. And if you want to understand more about what's happening inside your child's brain, subscribe. There's a new video next days, and we're just getting started.